Oh. While the first two levels of Halo were really just a way of getting the player introduced to the game's mechanics, the Truth and Reconciliation is where the intensity of things begins to ramp up. After learning of Captain Keyes' capture by Covenant forces, you're sent on a mission to board the damaged Covenant ship on which he's being held and rescue him. Starting out, the first half of the level sees you and a group of Marines sneak through mountainous terrain at nighttime, fighting through numerous emplacements of Covenant troops as you do so. To help with this, you're given the sniper rifle to start out with. The sniper rifle is equipped with a night vision scope so as to not alert nearby enemies, and can instantly kill almost any enemy in the game with a headshot, shielded or otherwise. As you make your way towards the Covenant vessel, you'll come across numerous emplacements of Covenant troops fortified with mounted turrets. Each of these areas are laid out in such a way that you can use the sniper rifle and take out one of the more dangerous enemies before being spotted. Another item that can assist your ability to sneak through the fortifications is the active camouflage. This can be found behind a row of trees in one of these areas and grants you temporary invisibility. However, either attacking or taking damage momentarily lessens this effect, giving enough time for enemies to notice and start firing on you. After making your way through a number of enemy fortifications, you reach the Covenant gravity lift used for transport to and from the vessel. However, the surrounding area is filled with Covenant troops and turrets that need to be cleared out before you can use it to board the ship. Once you're finished with these, it's still not over, as you then need to fight off a couple of waves of enemies being sent down from the ship. While these are mostly pretty par for the course, the final wave introduces a new form of Covenant enemy, that being the Hunter. Hunters are one of the strongest opponents in the entire game, featuring thick armor plating as well as oversized energy cannons mounted to their arms, and it's already dead. Yeah, while the armor that covers most of their bodies is almost impenetrable, it features an exposed point on the back. Hitting the spot is basically the equivalent of headshotting any other unshielded enemy, and weapons like the sniper rifle and even the pistol are capable of taking hunters down with only one shot to this point. Once on board the Covenant ship, you encounter two more new varieties of opponents in the cramped corridors. Cloaked elites make use of active camouflage, but as a trade-off are unable to use any kind of energy shield. Usually, they're equipped with either the plasma rifle or the energy sword, a melee-only weapon capable of taking out the player in only one hit. Elite zealots also wield energy swords, and are even more formidable than the elite majors with stronger shields, more aggressive AI, and increased speed. Upon reaching the ship's bridge and freeing the captain, you learn that Halo is in fact a massive weapon of great religious significance to the Covenant. After escorting him to the ship's hangar bay, you escape in a Covenant dropship, marking the end of the level. The next level starts with you and a company of Marines being dispatched to locate the Silent Cartographer, a map room leading to Halo's control center. The environment throughout the level looks gorgeous, with the island setting contrasting with the ancient tunnels that lead to the Cartographer. While no new enemies are encountered here, you do come across a new weapon, as well as another power-up. Overshields can be found hidden away in certain places, and boost the strength of the player's shield to triple the regular amount for an indefinite amount of time. However, unlike the normal shield, it doesn't recharge. The rocket launcher is the UNSC's counterpart to the Covenant's plasma cannons, capable of doing massive damage and being equipped with a scope for good measure. Even though it's implied by the dialogue that its intended purpose in this level is to be used against hunters, the pistol does just as good of a job at this and comes with the added benefit of being far more versatile. Where the rocket launcher really comes into its own is against enemy vehicles, a strength that really shines in the following level, Assault on the Control Room. Assault on the Control Room is another amazing level, traveling through tight rooms, across narrow bridges, and traversing wide open spaces as you seek out the Halo Ring's control room. However, I think the most notable thing about this level is the wide variety of vehicles introduced and featured here. The Ghost is the most common form of Covenant vehicle, taking the form of a small motorbike-like assault craft armed with a pair of plasma cannons and being able to cover ground quickly. However, it's not the only vehicle used by the Covenant in this level. Banshees are small aircrafts that not only feature the same plasma cannons as Ghosts, but are also capable of dropping plasma bombs that do huge damage. While it's difficult to actually get to use the Banshee in this level, as in the one place that it appears, it's likely a Covenant elite will get to it before you. Stealing one comes with the payoff of being able to skip nearly a quarter of the level. While Ghosts and Banshees are able to be controlled by the player, the same is not true for the Wraith, the Covenant's tank. Wraiths can launch massive salvos of plasma that do splash damage over a small radius where they hit, and are a nightmare to deal with without a vehicle. However, when it comes to dealing with them, the UNSC's own tank, the Scorpion, is best suited for the job. Another new appearance here, and in fact only appearing in this level, the Scorpion can not only fire explosive shells but also seat 4 Marine passengers to help pick off enemy infantry. After what seems like an eternity of fighting, you finally arrive at the control room where you transfer Cortana over to the Ring's control systems. However, she makes an ominous discovery about his supposed Covenant weapons cache that Captain Keyes had gone to storm along with a number of Marines. Panicked, she sends you to stop the Captain before it's too late. The next level opens up with you being dropped off in the swamp that Keyes was last seen in. Making your way through the fog, the atmosphere is very different from the previous levels, with no music and the little Covenant present throughout being scattered in disarray. However, it's what happens next that completely shifts the tone of the game and is the driving force behind the second half of the story. What is that noise? Hang on. What's this doing here?